welcome back. It's certainly been a minute. It's been a super busy year for me, but I have a new release from RC4WD Drive. Another Trailfinder 2, 1982 Toyota Pickup Truck Edition. And we're going to go through this thing. I'll give you guys the deal on it and what's what. I know you might be thinking, another TF2 with a Hilux body. Yes, but no. A lot of cool features on this one. So we're going to get it out of the box. We're going to dive into that. And yeah, we're going to go from there. Let's check this thing out. Alright, so here's your first look at it from me. I would like to start off by saying that it does not include the chrome roll bar with the KC lights. I was supposed to test it as it came out of the box, but I couldn't help myself but to install the roll bar. It looks freaking awesome on it. With the 4 KCs, I got my 2 cool covers on the one set and the regular KCs on the other set. So yes, roll bar not included. You should buy one though. Looks rad inside of it. But let's go over some of the changes here, so that we're not just thinking that this is just another, TF2, run-of-the-mill TF2 with a Hilux body. So first and foremost, you're going to notice the super rad, like SR5 style paint scheme that it's available in both red and blue. I went with the red. I'll be honest with you, I was super torn. I do like the blue as well, but I don't know, something about the red was just speaking to me. You've got the nice chrome, I think they're 1.7 wheels, the Toyota factory looking wheels with some BFG tires. And one of the new features to this particular truck is they have actually updated the rock sliders rear bumper, and they give you that Marlin crawler style, winch front bumper. I don't like to stick that on the front with the stock bumper because no one runs a double bumper on a truck in real life, but to each their own. Some other notable features you might notice is we got a little antenna there. Cool, it's rubber, so the truck takes a tumble, it's not going to snap off, so that's a nice cool little feature. Again, rubber mirrors like we've seen in the past. The paint, I've talked about this before on the channel. Their paint on their ready run trucks is fantastic. They do a really, really nice job, just like this K10. Whoever is painting these things at the factory for them really does a nice job. They paint in the details for like the side vent, the tail light lenses, and the marker lights and stuff are all painted in the translucent style paint. It does have a light kit in it, good for your night runs. So that's a nice added bonus as well. One of the other things you might notice is that this truck has a very stock looking ride height, and they accomplished that by going to a spring under leaf spring setup out of the box. I'm personally not a huge fan of that because that is not how a real Toyota pickup truck would be set up. But in order to get that scale looking more daily driver, maybe weekend warrior look, they did that. And they do give you though the parts to flip it around should you want to raise it up and maybe get some bigger tires and stuff under there. So that's another really cool feature of the truck as well. Comes with an interior. It's like their interior kit that they've previously released for the Hilux body and stuff. So it comes assembled with the decals. It's a nice piece, door panels and all that stuff. You might notice that mine does have a driver in it. Again, driver not included. This one was done by Tamara from Tamiya Club, and he does a great job. And I put the driver in there for when I go out and get some video footage, this thing to include with this video after we review the truck. One of the other big things to note is newly designed scale shocks. They're using a dual O-ring technology, so hopefully that will help with leaks that we've faced with the scale shocks in the past. We'll see. Only time will tell. I don't know yet. They're not leaking out of the box or anything weird like that, like we've seen on some other companies ready to run trucks where before you even assemble those things they're already leaking. That's not the case here. So hopefully this new O-ring technology is going to stand the test of time. Another thing to note, and probably one of the biggest things to note, is that the axle comes with XVDs right out of the box. So you're going to get that nice, good turning radius that we all look for, and sometimes is hindered by having a more scale axle. And the axles are a version 2. They've been overhauled to strengthen the part of the knuckles where those screws go through top and bottom, so that the threads don't rip out, which which has been a problem that has plagued these axles from the version 1 original Yotas to Yota IIs. It was better with the Yota IIs than it was the Yota 1s, but if you really beat these things, you will probably have a problem. I've personally never had a problem, but I also drive my trucks in a scale manner. Some people flog these things, and, well, just like a real Toyota, you're going to blow a Burfield. If you beat the snot out of it, you don't have the right setup on it. So, the most awesome part of this body, though, and the thing that I was most excited to see is it now has, and I'm probably going to struggle to do this because the magnets are pretty strong on it. Yep, we're struggling. Stand by. Oh, wait. We got it. Hang on. Let me just, ching. Son of a... We're not even editing that out. That's good. You can't make that up. Okay. Wait, stay. Gingerly. Wait for it. Okay. Super scale engine bay. Freaking awesome. I'm going to bring you guys up and close to see that. Very detailed 22R proper engine bay. They already have their other 22RE engine bay for like the extra cab, but this has the carbureted style setup. Super awesome. So you get a really nicely painted truck right out of the box with an opening hood, with a rad engine bay, with a nice interior. This is like a very instant, dare I say, Class 0 maybe. I don't know if the tires are, I'm not a Sorker guy by any means. I don't know if the tires meet the size for Class 1. But either way, this is, or Class 0, this is a very scale, realistic truck right out of the box. And it's a nice addition to the fleet. So really nice paint job. Leaf under, opening hood, you got the details. I did notice that they took the rear springs out of the shocks in the back. So right out of the box, it has some more, flexible suspension. However, the springs were left in the front shocks, which made the front incredibly stiff. I did already remove those. The front still is a little stiff, and the one thing that I wasn't too thrilled to see is I believe on their white Toyota Extra Cab Radar on truck, which I did not have a chance to purchase, they had done a shackle reversal flip for factory, which is how the truck's supposed to be, where the perch is in the front and the shackle is in the back. For whatever reason, I could only assume that it might have something to do with the spring under. They maintained the shackles in the front like they have on other previous TF2s. So, wish they could have done that the way they did the white Extra Cab, but neither here nor there. So basically, as you see, this thing is how it came out of the box. Like I said, I did add the roll bar, and I did paint in the door lines and the little key lock cylinder with a Molotov chrome pen. But otherwise, this is it. I'm pretty stoked to give this thing a run. Let me get you up close with it so you can kind of see the details, see the paint, check out the engine bay, and then we're going to throw some footage in at the end here of it's doing its thing out there on the trail. Thanks, guys. All right, so I pre-opened the hood so I don't have to fight with that again. And as you can see, super cool engine bay. I mean, check that out. It's got the battery in there with the wires. You got your distributor with your spark plug wires, the factory style snorkel air cleaner setup, your washer and coolant jug, and your power steering reservoir, accurate style first generation Toyota Master Cylinder, and the coil assembly. And having owned a 1983 Toyota pickup truck, these are all done very accurately. So really, really cool to see that. And the truck has a really good style stance. I would equate this to a real truck being on maybe 33s, maybe 35s, but probably close to a 33-inch tire. And you can see the paint is really nice. Look at the reflection. You can see my white flatbed truck in there. Like I said, I did paint the door panel lines in, but look at the emblems on this thing too. They're done really, really nicely. If you own a full-size Toyota, you know that that's exactly what they look like. They did leave the corners of the bumpers unpainted. Those should be black. I don't know if that was an oversight. Either way, really not the end of the world. I did add in the roll bar, like I said, and let me just show you the new rear bumper here. Get a little camera focus. So yeah, you can see it's a redesigned rear bumper. Also has a provision for a hitch, and even the sliders are different. They have the kick out now for trees. And the rest of the truck, for the most part, is your standard style TF2. You know, that not much has changed. Like I said, it does have the newer style shocks, and you know, with these new O-rings, which should hopefully help with leaks. And then you're not going to probably really be able to notice too much difference by eye with the axles. They look pretty similar, but like I said, it does have XVDs, and they did beef up that knuckle area and stuff, so that this way shouldn't be a problem. And they give you the parts and added extra leaf springs should you want to go to a spring over axle, and they even supply you with the longer middle drive shaft sections. So again, if you want to fit a little bit bigger tire, you're going to be able to do so, and you know, it won't take you long to kind of swap the stuff around. They give you a different steering link to use as well, and it comes with a pretty nice decal set as well. So you could change up your striping pattern. So that was nice too. Some cool decals on there. But yeah, this is a great looking truck. I mean, I know that some people may be tired of seeing the original Hilux. I'm a fan favorite, you know, from a guy that started with the Tamiya Bruisers and Mountaineers and other Hiluxes and things like that. I'm always happy to see this body, and I love the fact that it has an opening hood, because if you've ever done that job yourself with the body modifications, you know, it's time consuming to do it right and all that. And one of the things I forgot to point out is, if you look under the hood here, don't mind my big hand, look at the under hood detail there. That is exactly like a real Toyota pickup truck. So that's awesome. That is really, really cool. So hopefully you stuck around to the end of this video and you get to see all this. And yeah, let's get this thing outside and give it a run. Thanks, guys.